see understanding that that's what we're trying to do. Saying I don't think he wants our office to represent them. So I'm just going to obviously advise him that anything that says here on the record can be used against him. And my advice as representative of his attorney right now, I guess, is that he's careful about statements are made. But beyond that, we'll allow him to speak, or we actually first turn it over to Ms. Dolan.
First, I will ask what the expectation is for the request at this time. Are you anticipating that he will be asking to proceed pro se or something different?
Yes.
Okay, and so I will note right now that if your request is going to be to proceed pro se after counsel has been appointed, that's not something I'm going to grant relief to allow you to do at this time, which is not to say that I'm going to deny that request. Just that's the type of request we have an evidentiary hearing to make sure that it's fully informed and appropriate in these circumstances to do. And so, with that being said, I will turn to Ms. Stone to see if she has anything to add at this juncture.
Your Honor, this is it's actually a 6 co-defendant case, but 5 of the co-defendants are on today. So far, 4 of those defendants have entered agreed orders for trial continuance, and that's in part because I believe they all have intentions, thank you, sir. I believe they all have intentions to make the same request to the court to go pro se. They need time to do that, as well as the date that was scheduled at arraignment. The state is unavailable for it. It's scheduled for trial the week of June 18th. I am out on training from Wednesday through Friday of that week, and as we indicated, this is a 6 co-defendant case. The dates currently set in all the other matters is June 14th for the next omnibus hearing, September 20th for a trial confirmation, and trial beginning the week of October 1st. All parties are out of custody. I believe those times give, one, it accommodates the state schedule. It also, I believe, gives Mr. Tran and his co-defendants an opportunity, or excuse me, Mr. Dang and his co-defendants an opportunity to make whatever pro se motions, get that on the calendar if that's what they decide to do. But that was going to be my request today to Mr. Dang. He's represented by Mr. Swinney, and for today's purposes, until any changes are made. And so I can't have that conversation with him, and I don't know that he was willing to have that conversation with Mr. Swinney either. So we're at a bit of an impasse, but that would be the state's request, to find good cause to track Mr. Dang's trial dates consistent with the ordinance.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm receiving an indication that the defendant is at least not opposing the requested continuance of the dates. I'm going to find good cause to continue those dates, and I will grant the new case scheduling order as requested by the state. Turning back to the request to proceed pro se, I've already indicated that that's not something I'm going to hear and decide today, just because we have a lot of things to do on this calendar, and there isn't the capacity to hear those types of requests, which can be time-consuming in terms of a hearing. Mr. Swinney can advise you about when and how you can note a motion up to get that on a calendar before a judge, who will then fully and fairly hear your request and make a decision about that. So from the court's perspective, there's no need for you to necessarily make that pitch, let's say, right now, or to argue about the need to proceed pro se.
Well, I'm not going to argue about the need to proceed pro se. I will file a motion to proceed pro se as soon as this hearing is over, but in the meantime, I need to make a few statements.
So I'll ask first, Mr. Swinney, can you give the court any indication about what these is about?
I think it's fine. He just wants to cover what's the file.
Sure, so and I'll allow you a minute or two to do that, just because we have more matters we need to address before noon, but I will allow you to reference what's been filed and make your statement now.
Okay, well, for the record of the court, I, Ben, am a spirited, suturous, living man of flesh and blood. I have filed a certificate of assumed name, a certificate of knowledge, and a notice of assumption of administrator at the auditor office along with my fee schedule. I, Ben, the living man, know I am the grantor and the administrator of Trung Dang. I am not the surety of the all caps name. Will you accept this on the record, the court?
And so that is your statement. I will indicate that I cannot, as a judge, accept any filing. If you want to file something with the court, you need to file it with the clerk's office. And so if you want to file documents, you can do that through the clerk's office, and we have clerk's office representatives here. But I am unable to ever accept anything directly because of the requirement that it go through the process to make sure that everyone has copies of what is filed.
Okay. Well, I already filed.
If they haven't filed.
If they've already been filed, then the court already has that.
And I have just 2 minutes.
And I'll give you 1 more minute because we
One
have.
more minute. As the grantor and administrator of Trung Dang, I appoint Heather Stone as the fiduciary trustees. Your Honor, on several occasions, I've heard other judges talk about constitutional rights, but they never define which constitution. I have a copy of the 1889 State of Washington Constitution. Can you accept this?
And my answer will be the same as what I said before.
Okay, well, for the record of the court, I have signed a certified copy of the 1889 State of Washington Constitution. Therefore, I am now a party to this contract. Before we can proceed with this matter, I have a question for the prosecutor. As director and beneficiary of Trung Dang, can you provide proof of claim with information that you have legal and lawful authority to ask my public servant to bother me at all? You have 14 days to respond in writing. Until then, I do not consent to these proceedings, and I do not consent to being surety for this cause and these proceedings. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. I'm not going to require the prosecutor to do anything at this time. You've made your statement on the record. Your minute is up. We'll conclude this matter, and Mr. Sweeney will be able to advise you about the filing of any motions. Thank you.